Week 9's in the books. The trade deadline is passed. Teams got some new players, and it's fantasy football recap time right here on What's Your Fantasy. Smash that like button, and we'll be back right after this. Hey, look. Ruining dreams under pressure. Peachy B the one to bless ya, but don't test her. The queen reigns supreme, you know what I mean? Add the boy Breezy Prince like a king. When the two come together in any weather, they form a bond, stay tight in any measure. So it's my pleasure, the number one team. Let the world know what's your fantasy. What's your fantasy football back and full effect, baby? What's going on? It's your host, Wayne Breezy, Peachy B in the building. Back for another week of fantasy football recap. And I just want to be the first to say, Peachy, it was a weird week of football. I mean, even on my picks, I think I went I think on 8-6, like ilk, like it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So how you doing? How's your week been going so far? It's always good to talk with you because we got waiver wires to talk about and stuff like that. And so what's going on? How'd you do last week in your fantasy?
It was pretty decent. I think I actually went 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part. But they kind of busy. It's inventory, so it's always crazy and all that. But I just got cheered up, though, and lightened up. My Ohio State Buckeyes are number one in the first college. 12. What they call it now? 12-team.
12-team. Playoff.
Playoff rankings.
Yeah. Congratulations to you, Buckeyes. How are the Buckeyes doing in the NFL right now? That's what I want to know.
Right.
But congrats. That's dope. You know, I'm into my Michigan. It's just not the same. This is weird. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I miss Jim Harbaugh, but whatever. We trying to figure out ways to get it done. And Michigan is always at that point where they just can't really quarterback. They can run the ball. They run the ball really fine. Hayes, great runner. Now he's injured. So I don't get it.
Yeah, that sucks about Hayes. Prayers going out to Hayes too. But shout out to the Big Ten because we got a lot.
This tough. That's a tough conference.
12. It's amazing. I love it.
Here's the thing, though, right? They what's the conference that they infuse with over on the West Coast? The
Pac-12.
Pac-12, right? So now you got Oregon, USC. Like it's different. It's different, especially when you're an East Coast team and got to go out there and play.
Right.
You know, it's a little different, but those are future fantasy football stars.
Yes,
so
they
y'all pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome to the show. Shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew. Big Daddy Niners in the building. He says, I know nothing about fantasy football, but you guys make my day. We appreciate that. Let's talk a little bit about fantasy football because some people they don't really know much about it. They don't know what it is. Like, how would you describe fantasy football? Like, what is it to you?
Oh, wow. To me, fantasy football is where you have a league and it's not about players on your team. It's about picking the best players that will get you the most points, which is points per reception is what we specialize in. PPR is what it is. And it's you just, have to pay attention to like players that catch the ball and players that, seem to get you a lot of touchdowns and things like that. So that's pretty much what it is. You just try to draft the players that are going to give you the most points.
And to add along, you're a general manager.
Yes.
And so you have to pay attention to your league injuries, teams, stuff like that. So that's what makes it kind of fun. And I would say if you're going to try fantasy football, it would probably be best to join the What's Your Fantasy Football League. It's a free draft, and you can get some extra tips and coaching and stuff from us in that. But at the end of the day, like, you're your own general manager, and we're still learning ways to make it fun. Like I think next year we may go with the UAD with the money, and so we might change it up a little bit next year, or add a super flex. And so we try to keep it standard because we got new people playing fantasy football in our league, so we try to keep it standard. You know what position I could do away with?
What?
Well, guess the position I could do away with. How about that? If I was to take a position away, what position would you think that position would be? I felt like I said position 20 times.
Probably defense.
Really? I probably should take away the defense. Like, I don't see the purpose.
I know.
I don't see the purpose in the defenses anymore. If anything, they're bonus. And you'll be mad when your defense gets you 0 points when you thought you was gonna at least get
or minus.
Right?
Like one of mine did last week.
Jeez, right? Because if they get over 21 points, good luck.
Yes,
they give up 21 points. No, the position I was gonna say is the tight end position. Like I'm starting to not see the value in tight end anymore.
I can see you doing that. Yeah. I can see you feeling that way, yeah.
Yeah, possibly just turning it into a flex. So if you want to put a tight end there, you can.
I like that.
Have two flexes, a wide receiver running back flex, and then a wide receiver running back tight end flex.
We're definitely going to have to do that next year. Yep.
Yeah, like just so that.
I agree with that.
Because, this past season, I drafted tight ends like crazy because I'm thinking the tight end, the spectacular tight ends like the George Kittles, he missed half of the season. Then you had the Brock Bowers, he's missed half of the season, right? Sam Laporta, your guy, he's starting to heat up.
He is finally.
But you're not getting consistent play from the tight ends.
Exactly.
Like last year, Brock Bowers was like top period. Like every week he was 20 points. Every week. 20 points easily. So, guys, welcome to the show. We're not going to prolong that. We just wanted to have a quick powwow and explain to you what fantasy football is. Great job, Peachy. Let's talk about the breaking news for us. The Arizona Cardinals, they announced that Jacoby Brissett is going to be the starter this week. So, Jacoby Brissett got the nod to start. Peachy, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this? And I'll talk a little bit about who they got to play this week.
First of all, it was hilarious because their coach, Jonathan Gannon, just said yesterday when they were asking him questions about this situation, and I knew he was lying, like right through his gritty little teeth. I could tell by the way that he said it when he was talking about how that once Kyler, that Brissett's basically just in there, as soon as Kyler, this is Kyler's team, all this kind of crap that we always hear and blah, blah, blah. But he literally admitted that this offense does look better with Jacoby Brissett in there. And I thought I was going to fall off my chair. I was drinking my coffee and I really thought I was going to spit out my coffee hollering, because it's like, dude, good and well that this offense looks so much better. One, my boy Trey McBride got going this week.
Yeah.
My guy Marvin Harrison. It's like, since Jacoby's been there, these guys have been able to actually show up, which means that they're able to put fantasy points up because he's able to get to them. One, he can see them. So he's down the field.
Wait a minute. I got a question popped in, one of them thoughts popped in my head. Who's the player from the Cardinals that fumbled the ball scoring a touchdown a few weeks ago?
Oh, who was that?
Was that Imari?
I think it was DeMarcado. I think.
Well, Amari DeMarcado had a game last week. They decided to put him in over all their running backs, and he balled out. He got him a second chance. I just wanted to know if that was the guy. I was gonna say, he 14 attempts, 79 yards. Also had a reception. He was averaging 5.6 yards to carry against the Cowboys. This dude was just running up the middle.
Yeah.
Like just bam, 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 bam. It's about the littlest guy on their team. That's interesting. That's super interesting. In my opinion.
He literally did And what was crazy about it is, I mean, I know, it's playing Dallas, which is why Dallas made all the moves they made because of how they blew them up last night. But yeah, I mean, that whole offense is clicking. I mean, it just looks different, and it does look different. It does look a whole lot better. And it sucks because the 49ers played them after they played the Rams.
Back-to-back NFC West divisional games. Speaking of that, let's talk about the bye week because we got some teams on the bye. Wake up! All right, the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Titans. I want you to pick a player from each team that you're going to miss this week because I know you got players from each of these teams. So if you had to pick one player from each team that you have on your fantasy team, who are you going to be missing this week?
Jamar Chase.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go with T. Higgins because that's my guy. That's who I have.
He's balling too.
No. I'm just saying I don't have Chase in any of my leagues. I was unable to get Chase.
Higgins is looking really good with Flacco though. The Chiefs. I'll have to go with. Let me see. Who do I have from the Chiefs? I just had to go with Travis Kelce. I do actually have him in a couple.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, yeah. You know what? Actually, let me change that. Rashee Rice because that's the one that I have as of late. Dallas, CeeDee Lamb. And the Titans. Do I have anybody from the Titans?
Do I have Tony Pollard?
I think I have.
I don't think I'm gonna miss him though.
I think I have whatever his name is, Ayam Manor or whatever his name is.
Manor.
I think I have him in like a flex spot or something. But yeah.
I mean, definitely. There's a few players on the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to be the most missed.
Chase Brown.
That's
another one.
That's another one. He's starting to come around, and he talking stuff. I like that.
Yes.
The Chiefs, there's probably about 3 or 4 players from the Chiefs. Cowboys, I feel like you can go. Dak Prescott's been hot, except for last night, but he's been recently hot. So you can go Dak, you can go CD, and what's the running back? Forget his name. Javonte Williams.
Oh, yes. I forgot about him.
Those
he's
would be
in
the
my
3.
chop league.
Yeah, those would be the 3. You better figure that out because he ain't playing this week. You know what I mean?
I just thought about that. My chop league I might get chopped.
So guys, pay attention to the waiver wires as we get through those. We're doing a little bit differently this week. We're going to do our top 10 waiver wire targets for the week, and it will not include defense or kickers. So we're going to give you more players for you to go out there and keep your eyes on, all right? And, don't forget to put those waivers in as we're doing the show. All right, let's get to the injury report. The biggest one is Tucker Kraft.
Yes.
Towards ACL. It's going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
Now, this affects me heavily.
Me too.
Because this was the guy that I necessarily targeted. It was like, if I'm not going to get Brock Bowers, if I'm not going to get George Kittle, I'll wait and get Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
He's been playing pretty well, but unfortunately, he's going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
Any other key injuries for this week?
We have a couple of key injuries. I'm going to run through these like I do, the speed of light. Quarterback Kyler Murray, ankle. He's going to be out for a while. We were just discussing Kyler, as a matter of fact, and why Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback right now for the Cardinals. Quarterback Jaden Daniels has a dislocated elbow. He's going to be out for a while. Could possibly be the whole season. It was very disgusting.
So it is possible whole season?
It's possible the whole season.
Just sit his ass. He's been terrible.
I think that the reason why, though, Breezy, is just because Washington ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
they're done.
Yeah.
Quarterback C.J. Stroud, concussion. He could miss a couple of games.
He got a concussion for real?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was bad. It was really bad. Slammed.
See, I was at the game, so I didn't get a chance to watch football. Like, you know what I mean?
It slammed down really hard. Helmet. It was bad. Running back Samaje Perine, high ankle. So we know what that means. He'll be out for a while. Running back Aaron Jones.
He was having a game, I heard.
I know he was. And
then he got a high ankle sprain, right?
He hurt that shoulder.
He hurt his shoulder.
AC joint. So he's going to be out for a while. Of course,
for Jordan Mason owners.
So, right. Wide receiver Puka Nakua.
He got hurt? What? Oh,
he
so
got
he
some
on his
ribs.
he's on
but
his
we'll
Jawan
see what
Jennings
happens. Right, exactly.
stuff. Okay.
So
Okay, good.
we'll see.
Well, let's ask him how much for an order of ribs this week. I've never had rack of lamb ribs, but I'm down for some lamb ribs. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
that's true. That's true. Wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., high ankle. He'll also be out for
Oh, you
a
got to
little
be
while.
kidding me. That's my whole, you just named my whole starting lineup.
I know. That's why I made sure I put them on here because I wanted you to be aware that one of your whole starting lineups is decimated. And that's it. And then we talked about tight end Tucker Kraft already. So, yep, that's where we are. So if you have Jordan Mason, then that's good because Aaron Jones is again out. And he ain't even been back that long. That's what sucks. And then he's back out again. So those are your injuries.
I feel like it's time, like in the words of Usher, you got to let him go. Because the old running backs, like this might even be the end of Christian McCaffrey fantasy.
Let it burn.
Yeah. Like, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm starting to see less exposure. Like you're like, look at what's the kid from the Saints. You're not even getting the explosion from him anymore.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't even know what they're doing with him. Like, you know, so Alvin Kamara. So it's like really weird how these older running backs are getting more injuries. Yep. Was there any update on DeAndre Swift? He did miss the game. I'm just curious. While you look that up, let us know if there's an update on him. And if there is or isn't, you know, prepare for him to not be in your lineup. And I'm, you know, Common None guy is probably the guy you're going to want to, you know, pick up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm with you, Daniel Garcia. They say NFL stands for not for long, you know. Yeah, you know, I mean, you get a good run out of these players. You know what I'm saying? You get a good run out of them. And then after a while, offenses change, schemes change just a little bit. And I feel like if Kamara was given the opportunity to at least be a pass catching back, it would help him more in the run game. But they're not even throwing him the ball. You're getting more Devin Neal right now. It's like they're trying to feature their rookie who's going to probably take over for Alvin Kamara. So it's just a weird vibe in New Orleans. And then they just traded Trevor Penn and their offensive lineman. So I know they're done. If I'm Alvin Kamara, I wouldn't even want to go out there. You know what I mean? So it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a good ride. It's going to be a good ride. Any updates on that injury or?
I don't see anything at this time. It looks like everything's the same. He's still out.
So he's still out. All right. So let's get to our top 10 studs of the week. Top 10 studs of the week. Now, he can't be in my top 10 studs. That's the top 10 studs of the week. I'm like, what the heck? Jacoby Brissett, a stud? Nah, he's going to be talked about. I promise you. Brock Bowers is sound the alarm, ladies and gentlemen. Brock Bowers in his first week back must be healthy. Even though if you're a Raiders fan, you still lost this game. But if you're a fantasy football fan, you're just like, yes.
Happy.
Brock Bowers,
out.
number one scorer, 43.3 points. Peachy, he's back, right? Like,
yes.
Can you? Okay. Because this my you know. My strategy this year was to get the number one pass catching tight end. Well, he ain't been around for 8 weeks, so finally we got what we were expecting from Brock Bowers. Yeah. And the only question is, will he be consistent with his scoring moving forward? I don't know. But Brock Bowers, number one scorer in the league this week, 43.3 points. Number two, Drake London and Michael Penix is a thing.
Yes.
And it's time to say that Drake London has finally arrived. Healthy, he gives me really great vibes out there on the football field. 38.8 points. PPR points. Drake London continues to surge on the football field. What do you see from Drake when you watch him play?
Man, this dude is so dynamic, and you're right. I mean, him with Penix, like he's just money. I mean, the difference in the way that they looked in this game as far as Penix to London was crazy. This dude had 3 touchdowns in this game. And that last touchdown was sensational. That throw was amazing. The catch was amazing.
Catch was amazing, yeah.
Wow. It was awesome. It just sucks because Drake London had been out and I was a bad girl and I forgot to start him. He was on my bench.
Oh, you made a
I made a colossal mistake.
That's messed up. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Well, it's funny because I felt like he was like a late time decision, kind of, sort of, because they didn't play the prior week, which is one of the reasons why I think they struggled, and Kirk Cousins couldn't really get anything going. I do believe if Kirk had Drake London out there that week, I think Atlanta would have won that game, because he's just a problem on the freaking football field. She's just a problem on the football field. All right, I got to talk about this number 3 guy. All right, so Caleb Williams. Now, I don't like Caleb Williams. Personally, I don't think he's a great fantasy football quarterback. I think he's great for the Bears. I feel like he's hit or miss every week. I picked him up, and I dropped him right before game time because I was walking into the stadium. I was like, let me get a different guy.
And he went out. Breezy.
No. Caleb Williams was the number 3 fantasy football scorer this week, only because I dropped him. Now, had I not dropped him, he wouldn't have been in the top 10 list. 38.7 points. I mean, I deserve the boot. Yeah, I deserve it. 100%. I deserve it. I will tell you, the person that I picked up is in the top 10 list, though. So I was still spot on, but damn, I wanted more points. It would have been great. So
and my whole thing is I'm pissed off at Caleb. I'm pissed off at Ben Johnson, because how do you have Rome Odunze out there and he gets nothing?
Zero.
Biggest zero, literally zero of the week.
He was the Quentin Johnson of the week prior. Like Quentin Johnson from the Chargers, 0 points. And then I dropped him. And then he ended up scoring a touchdown last week. These are the things you can't make up. Right. I promise you.
So he's the reason why that I had London on the bench. I didn't have. That's why. So
okay.
I'm doubly frustrated.
Okay, look, it's fantasy football, so
I know
it's a crapshoot because last week Christian McCaffrey was garbage. I think I got not even 9 points.
Yep.
This week he was number 4, 34.3 points. Christian McCaffrey had 2 touchdowns. He had 108 yards rushing. He had damn near almost 10 targets. 10 targets, 7 receptions or 6 receptions, something like that. Like Christian McCaffrey, this is the consistency that we need from Christian McCaffrey. He's been the number 1 consistent scorer in the league.
Yep.
If I look up the averages, he's probably top in the averages of the league. So Christian McCaffrey put up some points. Now, he helped me win a few leagues. I ain't gonna lie. Christian McCaffrey helped me win a few leagues,
Me too.
Yeah. Number 5, we'll keep the studs moving. We're going to get into the duds next. There's my boy T. Higgins, man. T. Higgins. I know Jamar Chase owners were like, and then they were saying stuff like, I know, right? Listen, man, they on the same team. Chill. You know how many weeks I got to let Jamar Chase cook before I get a T. Higgins game? Y'all do I sit there and complain to y'all with Jamar Chase out there getting 43 points? No, I just fall back and be like, somebody got to do it. T. Higgins, 33.1 points this week in PPR fantasy football. He balled out. He did what he did. And I felt like he got injured in this game, left the game, probably came back and still balled out. Yeah.
And he was another one that had a sensational touchdown. There was a couple of receivers this week that had some unbelievable touchdowns. Oh my goodness. I wish that we could show those clips too, because man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how do you do that? That's what kind of touchdowns I saw this weekend.
I'm with that 1,000%. T. Higgins just looks like he's balling out. I'm not going to lie. And so it's a hit or miss. He's not the number one target there anymore. But when Joe Flacco is cooking, he's cooking. Okay, when Joe is cooking, he's cooking. He don't care who he's getting the ball to. And this was the quarterback that I picked up when I dropped Caleb Williams, because I was a little nervous because I remember he had the hand injury prior the week before this game. And I was like, yeah, but he's going to throw the ball. And let me just tell you, Joe Flacco threw for over 400 yards in this game and 3 touchdowns. And he still made it. He was number 6 on the list. So old man Joe is going to go out there and throw the ball. So
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, if he's in your waivers, this might be a guy that'll keep you just at least contest to get you 30 points a week. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you need, or at least your minimum, you're getting 25 from Joe. You know, 25 from old Joe. So this is the guy I picked up at number 6. Here's an interesting one. Here's a sighting. There's a Colston Loveland sighting. Now, let me tell you why I dropped Colston Loveland.
Me too.
I'm going to tell you why. Because I was listening to Fantasy Radio, and they talked about how Cole Kmet was back, and that it would affect Colston Loveland. And I was like, you know what? They right. They probably right. Instead of listening to myself or you, I listened to the other fake experts out there, and I dropped them on Sunday because I had too much. I had nothing to do at that time. I need to be doing something so I don't touch my stuff. And I dropped him, and he made the top 10. Congratulations, Colston Loveland. First top 10 fantasy football scorer week of his career. 29.8 points. You laughed when I said I dropped him. Why'd you drop him?
I dropped him because I was trying to figure out a tight end that was going to give me some points, because I had Loveland and he wasn't doing a damn thing.
I drafted this kid. He's dealing with injuries at the beginning of the season, so I could let him go. Then I tried to pick him back up in the league, and I really thought Cole Kmet was going to come in here and overtake the tight end position.
Me too. I had no idea that was the case. I will say that this Browns-Bengals game, or Bengals-Bears game, turned out to be probably the best game that was on Sunday.
No team played defense.
Crazy.
Okay.
So many points in this game. Like,
I think they scored like over 80 points total scoring wise.
I mean, it was crazy.
I can't believe the Bears won.
It was right there too. Oh, and Cincinnati got the first onside kick
of the season.
Wow. They got their own. That's the first one of the season.
I wonder, do you get points for that on special teams on defense?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I might in my next I might redo the scoring. If you get an onside kick, I'm just gonna give a team 20 points.
That sounds good, because it's rare for you to recover your own onside.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, it's really rare, and I couldn't believe that they did that. I literally thought, Breezy, that when they recovered that, I was like, oh, they're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Yeah. Daniel says we hardly see that these days. He's right. There's 2 things you rarely see anymore: onside kick recoveries and kick returns or punt returns. Yeah, like they're there, but you rarely see them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? All right, number 8, moving along with the studs. Josh Allen just waxed the Chiefs. Like, I have my stats wrong. I said Allen doesn't beat Mahomes, and I meant he doesn't beat him in the playoffs.
Exactly, the postseason. Yeah, in the regular season, always
5-1. 5 and mother freaking 1.
And I'm so stupid because I literally picked the Chiefs in the regular season and didn't even remember.
I'm 5-1. 5-1. Yeah. He's 5-1 during regular season. Can't beat him in the postseason. 5-1. Shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew out there. Alejandro in the building. What's going on, baby? Hey, Faithful, what's up, man? What a day, no trades. He's about those Niners, man. Yeah, what a day, man. We're not even going to get into that. We're already dark and gloomy. We're going to finish this fantasy football stuff before we get back to the dark and gloomy side. Justin Herbert remains in the top 10 again. 28.7 points for the kid. Justin Herbert is a really good quarterback, in my opinion.
Yep, he is.
Yeah, really good quarterback. Number 10, Sam Darnold. Another guy I picked up late. Another guy that I picked up late because I was like, you know what, Sam be slaying the rock. So I'm like, you know what, it's Monday night or Sunday night, excuse me. Maybe he'll go out there and do some damage, and he did. I mean, he did. He did some damage. You know what I'm saying? So
because everybody is going to do damage against Washington. Because
you got the Commander fans booing you right now. What a letdown of a team, yo. So, I mean, you could blame it on the injuries too, but their quarterback's injured. But even when Daniel's out there, they don't look good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, what a letdown. All right, so those are the top 10 studs from week 9. All right, now before we get to the top 10 duds and other stuff from the Fantasy Football Show, there was a question from NM Lobo. Off topic, when's the best time to buy tickets to a game? Now, let me ask you this what type of person are you? Or like, do you buy like plane tickets in advance? Because I feel like plane tickets and game tickets fluctuate the same. So if you're the type of person that buys your stuff in advance, then get them now. Because you may feel like they're cheaper to get them now. I will say this, when it comes to game tickets, though, they typically tend to go down.
Yes.
The only thing is if you're talking about a Levi's game, they go up.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they go up big time because the 49er faithful are there, like, right? So who you buying your tickets from?
Got you.
Right? So if you're getting it late, you're buying it from another faithful, meaning that they're not going to go there, but they're going to try to maximize. So, and so that tactic works on road games. So I would say get your tickets like a day before. Like, don't check, and then the day before the game, just buy the ticket. That's my theory on that. All right. And hopefully that works out for you. Top 10 duds. We'll just read these real quick. Bryce Young, 4 points. CJ Stroud, 4.4 points. I didn't know he left the game. I didn't know he got a concussion. Jahmyr Gibbs. Talk about 2.8 points from Jahmyr Gibbs.
So disappointing. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what Detroit was doing out there, but the Vikings,
they took him out.
Chewed them up.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to lie.
I wasn't either.
I'm not going to lie. Kimani Vidal, who's been tearing the league up, 3 points. Yeah. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 4.1 points. He's sharing the rock, so you're hoping he was going to be the guy, but it seemed like they went with Christian Rodriguez in that game. Wide receivers, I did not put in Mr. Zero Roman Dunze. But he would be probably the biggest dud of the week, period, overall. But Debo, 4.4. Brian Thomas Jr., 5.5. I mean, these guys probably left the game. Lat McConkey, though, 5.6 points. Tyler Warren, 2.6 points. Like, big for the tight ends. Tyler Warren. And he had a touchdown, but that ball got deflected at the line of scrimmage. It would have been a walk-in touchdown. And George Kittle, 2.9 points. So we gave you tight ends, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs for top 10 duds. I think the biggest dud, though, of the game would be a number 1 wide receiver named Roman Dunze. Yep. And it is not his fault. I mean, he don't throw to himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even think he had any targets. But he did not quit on his team because when Colston Loveland caught that pass, he made the right block, and then he was the first in the end zone to celebrate with him. Yeah. So that's good news.
Because at first I thought that he might be in the doghouse. But then whenever I saw, the way that he was celebrating and happy and still had a smile on his face, and then I thought maybe he might be like a little banged up. Something might be going on with him that, they don't always reveal everything going on. Because it was so strange.
Hey, I know that he was running. There was a stat out there that said he ran like 2,000 some hundred yards just running. around on the football field, running his routes or whatever, and just not a target, not a catch. It's the weirdest thing. Like,
Insane.
yeah, it's the weirdest thing. All right, let's get through these. Okay, before we get to your waiver wire targets, who's your most surprising and disappointing player of the week?
Okay, so disappointing player is Rome Odunze.
Okay, for you it was Rome. Okay.
Because I had him in my league. The most surprising player, I guess I would have to go with who would I go with? I don't know. I can't. Let me see. Who am I the most surprised by this week?
Now, while you think of that, my most disappointing player is Tyler Warren, because it's the second straight week where he did ish. So I'm a little nervous now. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I need him to continue to be that productive tight end that he normally has been. But I don't know. Maybe the defense was just too much for the Colts this past week. So Tyler Warren will be my most disappointing. My most surprising is tight end from the Bears, Colston Loveland. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting. Now, I know who he is better than anybody. And I know how dynamic he is better than anybody. But I just didn't know that the Bears were going to use him. And if Caleb Williams is going to have a best friend named Colston Loveland, yo, get ready for the Caleb Williams show. Roman Dunze will still be the factor. He'll still be the main guy. But when he's doubled up, get ready for the Colston Loveland, Caleb Williams show.
You know what? I think I'm going to go from the same game, and I'm going to go with Joe Flacco. Was my
most surprising.
Surprising.
Love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I need 40. I need 30 every week for the remainder of the season from Joe. But and you know what? Joe's set up for that.
Yep.
He's definitely set up for that. He's set up for that. Daniel says it was Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, just not a good game from Jonathan Taylor this week on the ground. He just wasn't the same. I think Jonathan Taylor was the number. Dang, he wasn't even in the top. Nah, I got to be reading this wrong. No, I'm not reading this wrong. He was the number. Oh, you know what? I'm reading it wrong because I'm not in PPR. Let's get the PPR, baby. All right, so Jonathan Taylor was the number. I'm reading this right. 29th running back. This guy has been tearing the league up. He only put up 7.7 points.
Yeah, he did have a crazy week. Another surprising player. Let me go from a different game. Your boy, J.J. McCarthy, coming back after being out for that long. Tore up the Lions. I mean, that dart that he had at the beginning of the game to what's
Justin
the name
Jefferson?
Jettis in the end zone was amazing. But
That's their quarterback.
Coming back, just being composed like he never left, just like we say or whatever, back like he never left. I mean, his first game back, just dealing out there against Detroit. So
the kid's got the moxie, right? So he's got it. The question is, can he stay healthy? And he proved that he was healthy against that Detroit Lions defense. And I meant to mention this to you, who was going to win between J.J. McCarthy and Aiden Hutchinson. I meant to mention that. Like, that was the matchup because they're the former teammates, right?
Yes.
And so JJ, the Justin Jettas, the double J's, the quadruple J's, however you want to call it, they was out there balling. I mean, he was the number 13th quarterback. He put up 19.9 PPR
awesome.
points. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, another person that I benched this week was Jackson Dart because I just didn't want him to play against my 49ers.
I know, I did.
He was number 7 on the list, by the way. Number 7. I gotta stop being that way because I'll be feeling some type of way if they score against my Niners. You know what I'm saying?
And we knew that he was gonna run all over us.
And he ran. So pay attention to that. That's one of the things that helps JJ out.
Yes.
If you look at these new age quarterbacks, it's their ability to be mobile.
Yep. That's right.
Compared to the Joe Flacco's.
True that.
Yeah. So they'll get more points. Let's get to these waiver wire picks. Peachy, we got a few. Let's talk about them. He's already been named the starter for the Arizona Cardinals against the Seahawks You got him as your number one quarterback to be picked up.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about this guy and why you have Jacoby, the old man, Brissett. Number 10, he was number 10 in fantasy scoring for quarterbacks. He put up 24.8 points last week.
Jacoby Brissett is a pro's pro, like they like to say. Is been around a little bit, knows what he's doing out there, balling, able to get to these receivers and tight ends that have just been ghost over time. And now he's bringing them back to life. The whole team feels good. Everyone feels good. This offense is moving. It is moving. It's flowing like an offense is supposed to. So he is definitely running this offense really good. Even got the coach impressed, like we talked about at the very beginning of the show. So, yep, it's definitely going to be out there for some time. And he could be out there for the whole year.
Possibly.
So
if he keep winning,
it's possible.
He going to keep spinning. I can tell you that right now.
Yep.
If he's winning, he's spinning. The number 2 quarterback to pick up, waiver wire targets, J.J. McCarthy. He's probably available in just about everybody's league except for people that were able to keep him, probably put him on IR or whatever like that. We talked about J.J. being number 13 out of the quarterbacks, 19.9 points in his first game back from the injury. And you know, if you need a quarterback, if your quarterback's on a bye, if your quarterback is one of those quarterbacks that we talked about, like Joe Flacco, or who else is on the bye this week? Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, and that's interesting what they're going to do in Tennessee, because they must have benched for Will Levis, or did Cam Ward get hurt? I was confused because they both played. And Will Levis was the better quarterback.
You know what? I didn't even see anything about Cam Ward. It could have just been for play. It might not have been for anything else besides that. I didn't hear anything about Cam Ward getting hurt, so I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens. You know, at the end of the day, I like Cam Ward. They just got to build the team for him.
Yes.
Give it time. He's a rookie. He's going to be just fine. This just is not his year. If you waited on drafting a quarterback and you took him, I understand you were looking for the upside, the ceiling. But at the end of the day, like, just move on from the kid. Like there's plenty of other quarterbacks you can get out there.
Yep.
I didn't mean to say Will Levis. I'm sorry. I don't even think Will Levis plays in the league. I don't know what made me say that. I knew he was the quarterback there. I thought he came out of the game, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he finished. Maybe he just had a bad game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
Cam Ward was 26, 6.4 points from him. So my apologies for that. People going to be like, Will Levis. My bad. My bad. All right, let's keep it moving. I don't know why I put Joe Flacco in here, so my apologies. Joe Flacco's on a bye. All right, let's get to the running backs. All right, let's get to the running backs. If you didn't pick up Kyle Monangai for the Chicago Bears last week, then you slipping. You better hope he's still available. He was the number 3. How does this keep changing on me? My apologies. He was the number 3 fantasy PPR fantasy point scoring running back. He put up 22.8 points this year. And if you need a running back, I think they're gonna switch out the Swift for the Monangai. What do you think, Peach?
I think so too.
Especially if Swift is still hurt, right? Like,
Yep.
This is gonna be their guy. They're gonna feature him.
Yep. This kid has a lot of promise. They really do like him, and they do want to feature him a lot in this offense, regardless of whether Swift or I think that Kyle has rattled off enough to where they believe in him enough to just give him more reps and give him more opportunities. So looking forward to that. And it was Brandon Allen that you were talking about.
My bad.
So
Brandon
it's no
Allen.
big deal. It's fine.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's who that was.
Okay. Thank you. Get Kyle Monangai, pick him up, put your waivers in there, freak into the sap, because I know right now, I don't care if I need him or not. If he's available, I'm going for him just so I can have him so nobody else can get him. But no, I really feel like he's going to change the tide for the Bears. It's part of the reason why they were able to put up a lot of points. Yes. Their defense is suspect. So pick up Kyle Monangai. Another running back, Devin Singletary from the New York Giants. I think the Tyrone Tracy experiment is over.
I do.
I felt
I
like
agree.
we watched this game. And he runs the ball so much more effective,
Yes.
and he runs harder. He's quicker. He's smaller. He's harder to tackle. I think they're going to feature him a little bit more over Tyrone Tracy. Maybe Tyrone Tracy be that third down back. But I think Devin Singletary would be a pretty good guy to pick up off the waiver. It's not too many running backs available on the waiver wire. So good luck trying to find a stud. But if you can get a guy like Tyrone Tracy was 34, Devin Singletary was 32. Singletary put up 7.1 points. Tyrone Tracy put up 6.7. So you could tell that they're sharing the backfield. But I think Devin Singletary gives them much more of a pop and has an opportunity to be, more dynamic for that. And the Giants, who the Giants play this week? Let's just double check really quick. The Giants, guess who the Giants play? A team that can't play defense. Da Bears. So.
Oh, there you go.
This could be a good game for Mr. Devin
Yes.
Singletary.
Agree.
Could be a good game for him. Let's go with another running back that I added to here. I don't know if you guys know about this guy. Terrell, what's his last name? The kid from the Patriots.
Terrell Jennings.
Jennings. I should know his last name is Jennings. This is Jawan Jennings' long lost cousin. All right. So he plays hard. And everybody is expecting that back to be your boy Travion Henderson.
I know.
But for some reason, Jennings is the guy. He was 19th out of the running backs. He put up 11.4 points. Henderson did put up 12.7. So again, if you're gonna pick your poison, whatever, you might want to pick him up. I don't expect Ramondre Stevenson to play this week. They got Tampa Bay. It's gonna be hard to run the ball against that Tampa Bay defense.
Yeah.
But when you get a hard runner like this and a little Travion Henderson, it can mix him up a little bit. So this is Mr. Jennings, Terrell Jennings. Look to pick him up. And let's get to the wide receivers, right? You got some wide receivers on here that I like. This is Parker Washington, Peachy, from Jacksonville.
Yep.
You just told me Brian Thomas Jr. was hurt.
That's right.
Travis Hunter's on the IR.
Yep.
He's the next man up. They did make a trade for Jacoby Myers, though.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Parker. Why you like Parker?
I like Parker Washington. I like his handles. I mean, whenever he catches the ball, he can catch either in space or he can catch over defenders and everything. He got some hops. I just like him. And I don't see Jacoby being ready like right now to go out there and really make an impact right away. So Parker is definitely going to be the guy that you want to pick up with them depleted at the wide receiver spot like they are.
Interesting you said that. I see it now, and I see Jacoby being ready, but I also see him being probably the guy that the defenses are going to plan to like double team. So this is another reason why you want to go out and pick up Mr. Parker Washington. I mean, the Jaguars, they face the Houston Texans. That's a tough defense. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough pass defense too. All right. So they got a tough, but they're in the same division though. So that's what makes this a weird game,
Yeah. You never know how division games
you never know
go.
how it's going to pan out 1,000%. Funny thing is, how ironic was he the number 17th wide receiver in fantasy football scoring, and he put up 17 points. Just thought that was a pretty cool fun fact, Torrey Horton from the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks also made a trade for Rashid Shaheed from the New Orleans Saints.
Remind me.
But I don't think this affects him at all. I think Cooper Kupp is done for the career, for life, and he'll probably step up and take that Cooper Kupp role, and you still got Shaheed to take the top off the defense. But what's up with your boy Torrey Horton? I know you like this kid. I like this kid too. I'm not going to lie. I liked him coming out of the draft. So I think he can give you some consistency out there.
Yeah, hate talking about these sea chickens, but I know we have to. Very, very impressed with this kid. This dude is gonna be special. Like Breezy said, Cup's done. You can just cross that off. It's fine. And even when he's out there, like he's barely even do anything out there. So you can tell that they're trying to get to these younger guys that are out there. And you have JSN, and then now you have Rashid Shaheed, Torrey Horton. I mean, that's pretty much your three that you're really gonna be looking at is those three. So that's what you're gonna have in Seattle, and Torrey is gonna be fantasy gold because I really think that they're gonna try to use him like they use what's his name down in Tampa? What's his name? The one that just surprises people when he
Tez
gets in
Johnson.
the end zone. Yes, I think he's gonna be Tez Johnson in this thing. And if he's not Tez Johnson, then Rashid Shaheed is going to take that spot. So whichever one is going to, but yeah, really looking for big things from Seattle. It just get better and better. Just
Number 8 on the wide receiver list from fantasy football. He put up 20.8 points. He was one behind his teammate Jackson Smith and Jigba, who put up 22 points. So if these receivers are dynamic, are going to be that dynamic, this is somebody you might want to look to pick up. You know what I'm saying, on your waivers if you're in need of a receiver. Sam Darnold is cooking because he's got some guys. Our tight ends, we're going with Colston Loveland. We already told you where he was, man. And the question is, can he show consistency? Now, number 1 tight end was Brock Bowers at 43.3 points, but the number 2 tight end was Colston Loveland with 29.8 points, and this is a great deal. If they're running the ball the way they did, because Kyle Monunga put up 20-plus points, and Caleb Williams had scored high as well, getting the ball to his playmakers, I think Colston Loveland is going to be that next guy up. Here are your top 5 tight ends from last week. Brock Bowers, Colston Loveland, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, and good old man Mark Andrews, right? Like, those are your top 5 tight ends. Trey McBride, Dalton Schultz, Travis Kelce, Juwan Johnson, and Aronde Gaddison was the bottom 5 of the 10. So, like, those are your top 10 tight ends. This dude cracked it. I think he's going to find a way to show that consistency out there if they continue to get him the ball, if they continue to get him the rock. So, go ahead and pick up my man Colston Loveland. And last and certainly not least, nope, that is not Tucker Kraft. That is Luke Musgrave from the Green Bay Packers. And here's why you might want to go get this guy. Look, the Packers, the tight end is a big part of the Packers package, okay? And Tucker Kraft was a huge part in that. Now it's time for the next man to step up. And if you had Tucker Kraft and no one else is available, why not pick up the guy that's 9 times out of 10 going to be the one that to replace him? So go out there and get Luke Musgrave. If he's available, he should be available. He is not probably on anybody's roster unless you got a deep league with 14, 16 teams or whatever. But he should be available. Get Tucker Kraft. Get Luke Musgrave. He'll replace Tucker Kraft. I'm not saying he will beat Tucker Kraft, but he'll probably get some of those targets Tucker Kraft had and put up some of the volume.
I'm actually going to go try to put him on my right now in my legacy league.
He was number 30. 6.4 points, but the Packers couldn't really get anything going. And I don't know if it was because Tucker Kraft got injured or what. They weren't running the ball well, and Jordan Love looked like trash. And their receivers look garbage, right? We were just talking about Jordan Love, who made the top 10 last week, and how he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde every freaking week.
Yes.
Yeah. You know why? Because he needs to use his tight end.
He is very, very inconsistent. Breezy, thank you for that, because I literally knew that Tucker Kraft was out for the season and did not even think about going after his replacement.
Yeah.
But I have Tucker Kraft in 3 leagues, and I just put Musgrave on the waiver wire and dropped him.
Got to get him.
3.
You got to get him.
So
listen.
That works out. So, guys, if you don't get anyone else and you have Tucker Kraft, run, don't walk to the waiver wire.
Pick him up.
To get him now.
Pick him up because he's going to get the looks.
Yes.
He's going to get some of those targets. Jordan Love and his receivers, it's hit or miss every single week. But if he builds the rapport with his tight end, that's a guy that he's going to go to. Now, guys, if you got any football questions out there for us, we have about 6 minutes left on the show. We definitely want to get to some of your football questions, and we appreciate you guys for rocking out with us. And while we do that, I'm going to give Miss Peachy some scenarios from this week's matchup. She has to sit and start one. So let me change that because it's must start, must sit. Okay, so it's the same thing. I don't gotta really change it. All right, so Peachy, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to always start with the Thursday night football game. I'm going to give you the two guys, and you have to pick who you're going to sit and who you're going to start. All right, running backs. We're going to go with the running back matchup. It's the Raiders versus the Broncos. Let's go let's go Aston Gene T. Let's go and J.K. Dobbins. Who are you sitting and who are you starting? Or who are you starting and who are you sitting?
This might come as a surprise, but I'm actually still going to start Genty.
Okay.
That Broncos defense has kind of been leaking a little bit.
Well, they don't have Pat Surtain.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yep.
I like it. I like that a lot. All right, let's go to the 9:30 game, guys. There's a 9:30 game over across country in England, probably. All right, so there's a 9:30 game. It's the Atlanta Falcons versus the Indianapolis Colts. All right, we're gonna go running backs again. Are you ready?
Ooh.
Are you Brian Robinson Jr. or Jonathan Taylor? Must sit, must start. Are you starting
Bijan?
Are you starting Bijan against that Colts defense or Jonathan Taylor against the Falcons defense?
Oh, my God. I'm going to start Jonathan Taylor. One, I think he's going to bounce back.
That Falcons defense looked better with Jalen Walker out there. I will say that.
Exactly.
They do look better.
But man, that's two amazing running backs.
Yeah,
like
I
you
know you
couldn't
can't
go
stand
wrong with either one.
I know you can't. It is. All right. Let's go with a defensive matchup because I think both of these teams, this is a 1:00 game. So I'll give you one 1:00 game, one 4:00 game, then we'll do the prime times.
Okay.
All right, let's go Baltimore Ravens defense versus the Vikings offense, or the Vikings defense versus the Ravens offense.
Oof. Oh my God. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with. Oh, I don't want to do that though. I know that Vikings offense was cooking against the Lions. I think some of that is just division. I'm still gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens defense.
Okay.
Especially with what they added.
Okay. All right. They definitely got some new pieces on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams' defenses are starting to pick up traction,
Yes,
get back to where they're supposed to be, but I can respect that. I could definitely respect that. All right. Let's talk about the 425 matchup. We got 405 matchup. You got the 425 matchups. All right. I tell you what. Let's do the 405 matchup. You got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. All right.
Ooh.
Cardinals versus the Seahawks.
Okay.
Are you going with? We're gonna go with two veteran quarterbacks.
Okay.
Are you going with Jacoby Brissett versus the Seattle's defense, or are you going with Sam Darnold versus that Cardinals defense? And just mind you, the Cardinals got their pass rush back.
I know. Yeah, but that Seattle pass rush is so crazy too. I don't like you because you make these like really tough.
NFC West divisional matchup.
I think I'm still gonna go with Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold it is, okay.
I still think so.
I could dig it. Let's go to the 425. There's two 425 games slated on Sunday. Let's go with the Rams at the 49ers. Let's go with the Rams at the 49ers. And I got to find players that I know are going to play in this game, right? And so I guess I'm going to pick. Let's do wide receivers.
Okay.
Let's do some wide receivers. Are you starting Juwan Jennings versus this Rams defense? Or are you starting Puka Nacua versus the 49ers defense?
Oh, Puka.
I like it. No faith in Demo, huh? I love it. I love it. All right. Let's go with the Sunday night game. You got the Steelers versus the Chargers. Another battle. I'll actually like this battle. I think this is gonna be a really good game, especially since the Steelers are coming off of a win, defeating the Colts, making them 7-2. So now they're on the road. Let's go with that Pittsburgh Steelers defense. All right, who's gonna have more sacks? Is Khalil Mack back? I feel like he's back. All right, so who's going to have more sacks? TJ Watt or Khalil Mack?
TJ Watt. I think this Pittsburgh defense is finally getting it together, and they're heating up. They're looking good. Not to mention that the Chargers have lost so much on their offensive line. Now, I know that they did trade
that. Yeah, that's easy fix.
For somebody
they
today.
Traded for Trevor Pennon, and I think Pennon is better than Joe Alt, so I'll leave it at that. Because he's
I'm still going with TJ Watt, though.
Okay, TJ Watt versus the Chargers. Oh, okay, I like it. And last but not least, that was Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. Now, I don't know if this game is weird because I know that Saquon Barkley is dealing with a groin injury, a groin tear. I don't know if he's going to play. Oh, and if Saquon Barkley is not playing, you better put Tank Bigsby on your waiver wire watch targets right now. All right, so he should have been on our running backs list. My bad. Forgot to mention the injury to him.
Forgot about that, too.
Yeah, we don't know. All right, but if he does play, we got us a ball game. So are we going to go Josh Jacobs versus that Philly defense? Or are you going to go Saquon Barkley versus the Green Bay's defense?
I don't care whether Saquon has a groin or crazy or not. I'm still going to go with Saquon. Definitely going to do that. I ain't putting nobody against that. That Philly defense just got better with the pieces that they just added. So I'm just,
He added more pieces for the pass rush, but yeah, you're right. If Jalen Carter's out there, it's hard to run on him. Yeah. I can agree with that. Big Daddy Niners 485 says, what's your thoughts on Sanders possible going to the Raiders? So, is he talking about Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur, yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing. So this is a thing going on right now?
I didn't hear anything about it. I
now,
just
this
know
is
that
where
he's
I thought
talking
he was
about Shedeur.
Yeah, I thought they should have drafted him, but I didn't know. I mean, they can't trade him now.
No.
It's too late
if he
for
does,
trades.
all this stuff, all these things that are out there are basically next year.
Oh, okay.
They're talking about that. They're talking about next year.
Unfortunately, it's tough because Shedeur doesn't own his rights, and they would have to, so it's a tough thing. I know Tom Brady wants him, so we'll see what happens at the end of the season. And you know what? If he does go to the Raiders, and he is traded to the Raiders, I hope they find a way to stick it to Cleveland. Like, Cleveland deserves everything they deserve.
100%.
I'll put it at that. And to you Cleveland Brown fans out there, you know exactly that I make sense. You know what I mean? Like, look, Dylan Gabriel's cool, but you probably got a higher, competent quarterback back there that can probably move this offense a little bit better. Oh, speaking of Cleveland, we didn't even talk about the Quinshon Judkins injury. That may affect him. So another running back that you might want to keep your eyes on is Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, I thought we talked about him last week, but maybe not.
We talked about him last week, but it's a new week, and they were on a bye this week, so we don't know if he's coming back.
That's why I keep forgetting that the buys. Yep, gotcha.
All right, Peachy, any final thoughts before we dip up out of here as far as fantasy football? Like, who are you excited to watch this? Who do you think is going to show up and show out this week?
Like I said, I think that Jonathan Taylor is going to bounce back in a big way. I expect him overseas to put up some numbers.
Against that Falcons D.
Against that Falcons D. I just think that they're going to find a way to get him the ball, and he's going to get us a couple of touchdowns. So I think he's going to bounce back. I think that we're going to have some upsets this week. Looking at the schedule a little bit, I can see some upsets brewing. I'm going to leave it at that. As far as fantasy goes, this week overall was pretty decent. I think that this, or last week was pretty decent. This week, I feel like it's going to be even better. I think there could be a lot of fantasy points in the air this week. It looks very interesting. There's some teams that are playing against some really weak defenses, and that's going to, help them to put up some gaudy fantasy numbers this week. So
I like that you said that. Look, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not saying go run and do this. But the Panthers are playing the Saints.
That was one that I was talking about as far as like gaudy numbers.
So if you want to pick up a defense, because your team's defense like mine, the Chiefs are on a bye, I'm going to go grab the Panthers. You know what I got to lose? Huh?
Yep.
I ain't going to get negative points. But that will be the one game where the Saints put up 34 points with Tyler Shuck. You know what I'm saying? It'd be just that one game.
I just cannot see that. They look so atrocious on offense that it's not
They're
even
pretty
funny. Like, I just can't see them, especially because Carolina, I mean, look what they just did to Green Bay. And then before that, they had done that same thing to Dallas. So
they did stun a couple of teams,
I just
right?
see them decimating the Saints.
Well, I say, okay, but this is a divisional game.
You're right. You're right. It is.
So there's usually no decimations in divisional games.
Right. It's weird. Yep.
So I know the Saints are 1-8, but they will play like they're 8-1 against the Carolina Panthers. They shouldn't win, but the Panthers can find a way to F that up. You know what I'm saying?
Because I also forgot about something else. There's so many injuries around this league, you guys. So forgive me, but Jawan Johnson.
I didn't know he got injured.
Is hurt. So that's one thing. Yep. So, they're piling up and everything.
Look, it's week 10. Everybody's banged up.
Exactly.
And for those that don't play fantasy football, don't know, that's part of the management of the general manager. You're literally your own version of John Lynch. Your player gets banged up. Are you able to stash him on IR? Some leagues don't even have IR.
Which is crazy.
It is, and they watching this, and they know that I'm really talking trash about them for not having IR. James, you need to develop IR. I'm in 2 of your leagues, James, and you don't have IR. And I don't understand. So now I'm stuck with a player because I know if I let him go, somebody going to pick him up and keep him on their stats. So it's a tactic, man. It's a tactic. It's a crazy tactic, so. It is what it is. But, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support here. I know we're not this crazy, high-powered, graphic design fantasy football show. We're just two cool people that love the 49ers, that love fantasy football, that get together each and every week and talk our hearts out, man. So we appreciate you. We got a lot of people watching on X. We would love for you guys to come on over to the Wayne Breezy Facebook channel, man. Join the channel. And if you're a 49ers fan, you will have tons of 49ers shows to watch. But every week, we do a fantasy football show for you guys. So make sure you guys check it out. Please share this with your friends. You got a few days all the way up until Thursday, right? Thursdays, Sunday morning. Share it, man. Listen, and we will be updating stuff on our Instagram page at What's Your Fantasy Football. All right. So make sure you guys check us out. Follow us on Instagram as well. What's Your Fantasy FB. All right. You can see it scrolling there in the on the ticker. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week when we recap week 10. Peace out. Wait, there's a question. I want to make sure I get to the comments. Oh, he said he appreciates us. We appreciate you too, Daniel.
Appreciate you too.
Peace.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.